So is everyone finally ready to get the radio tower built so we can finally contact the space station and see if we can give them a hand? Well, in today's episode, that is going to be the goal. So we've pretty much got a lot of things automated now. I've finally got the polymer boards into storage. So now we're going to have a look at the buildings, and we've got the radio tower base. And I also want to get the long range scanner also done as well. So we're going to dive into modular buildings. First of all, we are going to need one of these modular building planners. So we'll get one of them done and dusted and crafted. And then what we need is we just need to grab some circuit boards out of storage. I think we should have the rest of it. Looks like we've got enough other plates in the beams. So let's just head on down here and we can get some circuit boards out of our storage. We'll grab a few of those and then we can dive into modular buildings. So I'm going to go ahead and get the radio tower base done. I'm not sure exactly how these work. I've done a little bit of reading, but we are going to get the radio tower base done and hopefully the radio tower built as well. I don't know how much is involved, but first of all, what we're going to do is plan whereabouts we're actually going to end up building it. I'm not sure how big it's going to be or anything like that at this moment in time, but what I'm thinking is maybe possibly clear out a nice little space here. Maybe you do it on top of this nice little peak here. I think might be a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and get a nice little bit of flat land cleared out over here, and this I think is where we're going to build our radio tower. Okay, so there we go. We've got a nice little platform here on this nice little peak, and we are pretty much ready to get our radio tower base down. So I've made it kind of big enough so we've got a nice little bit of space around it. I'm not sure exactly where I want the position of the panel. I think I might do it this way because I'm probably going to need some sort of power to power it up, so that's what this little platform's for. But let's go ahead and have a look and see what we need now. So we've got no connection to the grid. That's fine. We are going to be producing some power for this anyway. Let's see what we need. So max power consumption is 10 megawatts. I assume that's going to be high voltage power and not low voltage, but maybe it does need low power. We don't know as of yet. What I'm going to do is go ahead and craft some more power lines. If I have enough resources for them, we'll do 10, and we'll go ahead and grab our cables and we'll just go ahead and run some power up there from here. So we'll go ahead and do this, try and get them use as little as possible. Go ahead and see here. So yeah, I think this takes low voltage power. So what we're going to do, we could possibly just put a transformer over here. Maybe that might be a good way to do it. Let's have a look and refresh our memory. So transmission is 5 megawatts of power, so we will need 2 of these transformers, which isn't too much of a big deal. I think we've got 2 anyway, so that should be good. We can go ahead and place these 2 transformers down here. These should be a good place to just pop them for now, I think. We've got that little platform over there for anything else we need, so that should be good. We should now have power. So we've got no grid connection. Okay, interesting. We've got 5 and we've got 5 grid status. We are doing pretty well with power, so that looks good. So let's go ahead and figure out how we connect this to power then, I guess. There's nowhere to actually power this at all, which is odd. Okay, so maybe it does take high voltage power. I did have a look over here at the construction again, and it is a modular building. I think modular buildings do take high voltage. Doesn't particularly say, but we'll open our modular building planner. We'll have a look. Okay, so this looks a little bit complicated. Okay, so modular configuration, we've got middle part, got minimum 3, maximum 3, power connector. That makes sense actually. So guessing one of these is a power connector. Yes. Okay, so we'll definitely do a power connector there, so that's good. Construction materials, we will need construction materials. Okay, we'll definitely have to look into them. We need a middle part, and we are, I guess we're going to build it all the way because that's how we're going to do. So minimum 3, maximum 3, and then the top of the radio tower. So we need 5,100 construction materials. So we're going to start the construction, and we are 0% because why would be anything else? But that looks pretty cool. So now we need to go ahead and have a look at construction materials. So I believe I remember seeing them somewhere over here. So construction material, we need 5,000. So we're going to need, yeah, quite a lot of materials. So this is definitely going to be a pretty big build to do to get the construction materials. So little deviation from that, what we're going to do is we're going to get our science pack for researched, and then we can basically unlock the assembler 3. I think that would definitely help quite a lot, as well as the advanced steel making. That will probably help us out as well, especially with steel beams and stuff like that. So I think we'll definitely get the science pack for research, and I guess now we just need to somehow figure out how we're going to produce all of these. To be honest, we do get a 320 out, so I reckon to start with, I think we'll just do one assembler and see if there's a quicker way to do it after that. I think we'll just do one assembler and we'll figure out how it will work and everything like that. So I'm trying to determine what the best way to do this is going to be. We have the majority of the resources in our second floor, and that might be the way to do it. Let's just double check. So plates, steel beams, parts, the polymer boards, yeah, everything's all down on the second floor. So let's see if we can make some room over here for our little production. I think this nice open space should be pretty good. So it's definitely going to take a little bit of figuring out, a little bit of building, but I'm pretty sure we will get there. So we're gonna put an assembler just right over here in the middle. I think want to make it pretty parallel with the rest of it. Okay, so let's see how many resources we need. So we need 6 resources altogether. So we're going to need 6 inputs basically. So we're going to have one input over here. We are going to have another one over there and another one there. So probably going to be the simplest way to do it for now. We'll definitely just change these to an input. Okay, only got this screen in the wrong way, but that's not too much of a worry. Components, and we're going to need construction materials. So now what we are going to do is we are going to have a storage. I think a second tier logistics container is probably going to be the way to go. We are going to just pop it here, possibly. Yes, I think we'll do one here for now, and then if needs be, it possibly should be enough, depends how they stack. So we'll go ahead and we'll put these just here, change this one to an output, and what we can do is just put a belt over here for now. So let's double check everything we need to start with. So we're going to go for plates to start because they should be pretty simple. We've also got concrete over here, and we've also got advanced machinery part there. So that's pretty good. Okay, we've got to learn more about the space station. Very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to split off the concrete, I think, and bring that over here. We do need some more of these conveyor balancers, so we'll go ahead and get them crafted. We'll probably go and grab some resources. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all of this set up. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Pretty sure we can get there nice and simply. Okay, so that is all set up and up and running. I think, judging by how slow the production is, I think one assembler is just going to be enough for now. We're just going to have to do it sort of passively, but our container is full because apparently they only stack in stacks of 25, which is a little bit awkward. So it looks like we're going to need quite a few of these logistics containers. Now our space station request warehouse has just been researched, so I think having a look at the information about the space station, it's a central hub for selling our end products. Now we will need some thermolite bars, which we need for science packs 4s, so we get those by selling things, but we are going to need a transport ship port and all the rest of it, which we have researched down here. So I think that's going to be next in our construction. I think we need a nice little area for all of these buildings over here. So I'm going to go ahead and basically make a nice big area for all of these in the meantime. But first of all, I need to basically increase our storage capacity for our construction materials. So I'm going to go ahead and basically get some of these prepped and built, I think, because we could probably use these quite efficiently instead of all of this storage, but we shall see how it all goes. So first of all, I'm going to make a nice big area for all of this. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to do it yet. We could possibly utilize this area, maybe expand it over in that direction, cover all of this up, and possibly this could be a nice big area to do it all. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. Although thinking about it, we have this area here, so we could probably expand our second floor all the way around here, cover this area completely, and that will probably be a nice big area we can do. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so the platform is now built, and basically I've made a kind of a big mistake. So I was basically reading up on the construction industry, which is something I should have done before I decided to go ahead and get the construction material automated, because I'm gonna have to rearrange it a little bit. So basically, having a look at this, we need some construction ship ports which will automatically construct our buildings, which is pretty handy, but we will need a construction warehouse to hold all the construction material, which makes sense as to why our basic storage system is no good. So we are going to have to automate something else as well, which is these maintenance drones. We need them to construct the ship port, so that's something I will get automated. And basically what I'm going to do is kind of rearrange this contraption here, because it's not quite going to be sustainable enough this way round. So what I'm going to possibly do is remove the belts from sort of here, and I'm going to put assemblers, probably 3. I think I don't really want to go too mad just because of the amount of resources it takes. So we're going to have 3 in a line like this, and then we'll have our sort of outputs in the middle to a construction warehouse, which I'll probably expand this area over here, and we'll put the construction warehouse here, maybe 1, maybe 2, depending on how big they are and how I feel. So the construction warehouses are 31 by 12 by 21, so fairly big. So that's basically my plan for the moment. So I'm going to quickly get that done, and then we'll see how it looks. So the layout is fixed, as you can see. I decided to go for 4 assemblers. Probably going to be quite strenuous on my resources, but thankfully they take quite a long time to produce. So we've got a nice big area over here for our construction warehouse, so we're going to get one of those crafted, the construction ship port, and we also need the transport ship port as well. So we will need to grab some steel beams, but we'll do that when we head over that direction, and we might as well get these 2 done as well, or at least built, in preparation for when our radio tower is actually built. So let's go ahead and get our construction warehouse down. As you can see, it does take quite a little bit of room, but what we're going to do is we're going to pop this over here. Not sure what side I want the panel on, to be honest. Probably do with it being that way round, but that's not too much of an issue. What we're going to do is we're going to pop it just here. I think that seems like a good idea to me. Now we've got 4 loads of belt coming off here, so I might put 4 individual inputs just because they do produce out of the assemblers 320 at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and get some inputs pop down here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and basically put these into 2 balancers possibly, and then we'll bring them over into here, I think. So that will do like that for now. I can always change this up as and when, but I think putting them into a balancer is probably going to be a good idea just for now anyway. We'll probably have to move it around and kind of figure it out afterwards. So what I'm going to do is bring this one out to here, possibly like this. That was in the complete wrong place, so we'll go ahead and bring this one over here, and we'll bring that down about there, and that should be good. And then this one here, we kind of want to bring yeah, we can bring that straight under here and just go straight down into that. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap these to slope down. We'll bring that straight in, and we'll do the same for this one as well. So we'll go straight into there, and then we'll go right across to there. So let's have a look at this and see what this says. So we can see that it holds 25,000, which is pretty cool. We've got 61. That's going up quite a lot. So ship content to nearest warehouse. Interesting. Okay, the warehouse is operational, so that's good to know. Looks like we're kind of messed up here a little bit, so let's go ahead and fix this little problem. Delete those and delete that one, and we'll just have to come out a little bit over here. So we'll bring that down to here. We'll bring this across over here, and we can just rotate this round, so that should increase our input quite nicely. I think balances into 1 belt, that's working pretty well for now. So now we need to go ahead and place our construction ship port down. So that is going to need us to obviously be on I power. The other one is low voltage, that's pretty good though. High voltage power, we can definitely sort that out. That's not going to be an issue, so we might need to break this up a little bit. make sure it's on a high power grid. So let's go ahead and place our construction ship port. I think we'll just start with one over here. We'll leave a nice little 3x3 border around it. That looks pretty good, and then we just need to connect that to high voltage power, which should be pretty simple. So we can go ahead and pop that to there, and then we can connect this to here. Not that one there. Yeah, okay, so construction ship is docked at home and it's fully charged. No construction site assigned. Interesting. I wonder if it's too far away. So there is no current construction site assigned. Construction sites get assigned once there is enough construction material present at the construction site. Okay, so let's just go ahead and refresh how this works then. So once a modular building has been configured and confirmed for construction, it acts as a construction site that needs to be built. First, it requires resources to be delivered in case of an adjustment or dismantling. It also needs construction rubble carried away. Okay, so let's just go ahead and double check over here. We do need quite a few resources, so if we haven't got it in the warehouse, it might not automatically transport over, so we might need to just wait a little bit for that. So this construction site is definitely confirmed as far as I know. Let's just grab our blueprint out. Under construction, that is construction progress. Okay, construction ship ports will be assigned as soon as there is enough delivered material. So I wonder if that means then we need a transport ship port. That's probably what we need. Let's just double check out the construction industry. So transport ship, house for transport ship, automatically transporting goods from places that provide them. If a construction warehouse, the places that request them, construction site. So yes, we will need to get one of those down. Okay, so looks like we need just some steel beams, so we can go ahead and grab some steel beams. We'll get that planted down as well, and hopefully all of that should be working. We can finally get our radio tower all built. Definitely need to spend a little bit of time getting some light in the situation under here, but I can do that sort of in between episodes. So let's go ahead and grab a few more steel beams. We can get one of those ready, and we can head back up to the floor above. We should also get some research going. We can't get some research going because we haven't actually got any science back before, because we need to get in touch with the space station. So this is kind of our priority at the moment. So transport ship, we are going to place these over here. I think kind of space it out a little bit, and we'll also do a 3x3 over here, and that's looking good. So we are going to need high voltage power for this one as well. So let's go ahead and we'll get some cables over here. What's the best way to do this? Probably just to extend this over here. So we'll go ahead and bring these over here. I think we can just bring these over to here, and we'll pop another one there then. There we go. Okay, so our transport ships are good to go, hopefully. So operational, shutting down the building will cause all ships to return this home as soon as they finish their current task. Ships with a task is 4, so that's good. Hopefully they are delivering the resources over there. So it looks like we've got them flying over to our warehouse, which is good, and they should be taking them over to the construction site. So it looks like we have all of that in operation, so that's good to know. And let's just double check over here. Oh, our construction ship is leaving, and hopefully that will go ahead and head over here. So let's go and head over here and make sure everything is working as it should, which hopefully it will be. It does look pretty cool though, I must say. I like how it just dumps them on top and just, you know, hopes for the best. So our construction ship is definitely popping over here. Let's get some elevation on the system, watch our drones get to work. So this is pretty cool. So looks like we could do with possibly getting these little maintenance drones, get them automated. We can get some more of these construction ships down, because I'm guessing we're going to need quite a few. Let's just have a look, see what the progress is like. So construction progress 7%. Okay, so yeah, I think we better get these maintenance drones in to automation, because I've got a feeling we're going to need quite a few. Okay, so I decided to craft a couple more other construction ship ports. So we're going to get these down. I'm going to leave a nice 2 wide gap. I think that looks about right, and we'll put that one there, and then we just need to connect these to our high power grid, and then I think it looks like our radio tower construction has been built. So we're going to go ahead and look at that as well. So let's go ahead and connect these. So that's good. Let's head over to our radio tower and see if we can finally contact our space station, and then we're going to go ahead and see what they require. We do need to connect this to power first, I remember. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We don't really need these transformers over here, so I think we can go ahead and delete those, make it look a bit cleaner. Okay, let's head over to the panel and see what we have over here. So power satisfaction. Radio tower can be operated on a strained grid, but it needs at least 50% power satisfaction. Let's start it. Power satisfaction 100% and C3PB.
So much fascinating data is coming in. We have full access to every part of the station that is still working, which unfortunately isn't all that much. I think it's about time we schedule emergency repairs.
Sounds good to me, that does. Let's go ahead and open communications. Okay, so looks like we have 100 construction drones, which is good. Cargo bay level 1. So storage capacities, available power 0 kilowatts. So let's have a look at the whole emergency repairs. So repair the most critical damages to outer hull. 2000 construction material. I think we have enough of them. We've got about a 20-minute expected time based on construction drones. Doesn't include the travel time, so we'll probably need a few more of the construction ports. So we do need the whole emergency repairs to start with, so I think we should just go ahead and start that. So it looks like that is good. So we should hopefully see our transport ship now start flying up to our space station, wherever our space station might be. I think it's over there in the clouds, maybe. Can't remember exactly where. Looks a little bit cloudy, but I think it's up here somewhere. So let's go ahead and just double check. It's been a couple of minutes, but I don't think our construction progress has increased at all. Got a little bit of waiting to do until the hull is repaired. Going to get some more things in production. We're going to get some more of these construction ships, possibly another warehouse, not too sure yet, but looks like our system and our factory is going pretty well. There's been Kryptonite here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.